Hello and good afternoon, everybody. This is Mr. Rader for Participation in Government. This is a review video for the expert outreach. This is part one of a two-part series. This lesson was originally given on December 22nd, right before the holiday break. And the focus was really using two sample letters from former students to identify how to come up with personalized questions that can help you to correspond with an expert. There are four different experts that you can reach out to for your project. So we have university professors, we have community activists and members of nonprofit organizations, we have local professionals, and people who work for government agencies. So think about your local representative on the New York City Council or one of the members of your community board. In terms of writing the letter, you'll want to include a heading. You'll want to introduce yourself as a student at the High School of Telecommunications. You'll want to identify the purpose of the email, provide a succinct description of your research, include some personalized questions that you believe the expert is able to answer, and your field research question. So some things that you could think about include the expert's take or opinion on the problem, the names of programs that they are working on in the area of your research topic, and possible answers to your knowledge gaps and/or strategies for collecting data. Many of the academic researchers have experience with working with the collection of data, interpreting the data, and then coming up with recommendations based on their experimental data. So in terms of the lesson itself, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so that you all can see it very clearly. So let's go to 150% zoom. And let's take a look at this sample letter from a former student. So you'll see the date goes on the top. You'll have your introduction here to the expert. You'll give them a short greeting. You'll let them know that you're a senior at our school in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. You'll identify what you're doing. So in this case, the student wrote that they were currently researching a quality life issue for their government class. And then they describe how they learned about the expert themselves, along with what their research question is for gathering of data. And then there are some specific questions that speak to things that the expert themselves might know really well. And then the student ends with a closing where they include an email address and a phone number. The reason why it is blacked out is because for students that enter the competition through the Quality of Life Innovations proposal through the WISE Foundation, the goal is to keep all submissions anonymous. So that is why all of the personalized emails, phone numbers, and student names were removed. So that's really what you're going to want to include in the template. The template itself has been posted to Google Classroom. So feel free to use the template as a model and then make some changes based on your quality life issue, the expert that you're reaching out to, and the kinds of questions that you have for that expert. That'll do it for today's video. Stay tuned for part two, where we will look at how to reach out and find experts. Have a great day, everybody.